We're here again, but this time we are hiding in a tent. And that's part of the theme here. It feels like, intense. When you're intense, hiding. Sometimes our intensity can be a lot for us individually to hold, but it can be a lot for people to witness or to be around as well. Let's take a few breaths here while we're in this intensity. Yeah, suddenly I'm noticing sounds. The sound of the river, the sound of birds and squirrels chirping, the wind rustling through the leaves in the trees. It sounds like someone's playing music in the distance. I can also feel the weight of my body now. I feel the ground beneath me. I'm settling. I hope you are too. We'll settle into our bodies. And while we're in a tent, we can set our intention. It's good to pay attention to the words that we use, the overlaps, the hidden meanings. So, my intention, or it's not mine, the one that's coming through is that tension between being seen, the visibility, and self-erasure. And where's that the spectrum on that scale? At what point does our inner transformation, our outward transformation, at what point does that become like an erasure? When are we hiding, maybe with the intent to never emerge? Like a butterfly going into, or not a butterfly, but a caterpillar going into and creating its chrysalis. And perhaps not emerging as a butterfly. But becoming a butterfly is such a risk, because living as a caterpillar was just so freaking easy, really. There's so much abundance everywhere. You got like hundreds of legs keeping you anchored to the ground. And then once you become goo, and then you come out the other end with these beautiful, delicate, fragile wings. Really that's such a vulnerable way of being in the world. A bit morbid, but I do recall a particular image of being on the beach next to an ocean and finding a butterfly, a dead butterfly in the sand, and taking a moment to grieve and to honor this little creature that spent so much effort in its transformation, only to have flown out to sea and whipped about by the winds and the rains and just didn't make it, if you will. And then after I'd sat with this one butterfly, I looked up and I saw hundreds more on the beach. Hundreds of dead butterflies. So, I mean, transforming and becoming, a different version of yourself, or, if you want to say it's a better version, I don't know, that's all depends on who you are and what your own particular journey is. Just this new version, we'll say, stepping into a new way of being, from crawling on the ground to flying in the sky. It's always going to be risky. And, better to risk. Because if you're going to do it anyway, better to emerge, perhaps, better to feel the wind under your wings. And who's to say that all those butterflies that tried to fly out to the ocean were in any way, perhaps that is what they needed to do. I don't know what the inner transformation was. You can take that as if you will, as you will. So we'll begin with those initial thoughts, which I'll keep as a separate video.